I am running extremely late. Alright. Let's get this flipped around. I got a box here from Delicious. I don't know if I'll open it. And, well, I'm not going to open it unless he is here. That's only fair. I wouldn't feel right about opening it unless he was here. So I've got that box, and then I've got another box over here that I need to open. But until then, I have this case of... Oh my gosh. Hang on. I'll be right back. Okay. Anyways, I got a case of long-range patrols here. I believe we've only taken one out of it. Let's flip the camera around here. The box won't fit up on the table because these old boxes of long-range patrols are huge. A standard old flat case of MREs like this is about that big. Like, make a line right there where my forearm is, and then it's not as tall either. Take about that much off the top. They are this is a substantial case. Now, they did make even larger, much larger actually. The long range patrols were much smaller, but I think it was 48. I got pictures of them. There's not a whole lot of like visual references. There's not a whole lot of written stuff out there about the older stuff either. What's this case weigh? I'm curious. It does not say. Surely it does. It says 20 pounds. No way. Weight 20. 1.44 cubic feet. Storage in this box. Or maybe that's how much space the box takes up. I'm not sure. 16 meals. Obviously, these are a 1 year only of this style of long-range patrol. Actually, you know what? There might be 1999s floating around out there somewhere. It seems to me like 6-7 years ago, it seems like I saw some 1999s somebody had. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If you know better in the chat right now, in the comments, or watching this later in the comments. Where did I see that at? I mean, I saw it on YouTube, I believe, but can't remember who it was. Maybe it was a 2-year program with this style. I'm saying it's possible. I'm saying it's possible. This ran from 98 to 99. All I have personally ever had my hands on or ever seen were 1998s. This particular case is 1230. I guess that's a 98. You can't really tell. It's got some damage there. 8354 right there on. So it's the 354th day. So almost right up into 1999. What are we, 11 days out of 1999 on this? 12 of 08. It says on the inspection. 10 years on the inspection date on these? Man, that's wild. 10-year inspection date. Let me slide the sleeve off here. Easy. Whoa. Easy to handle, I guess. Lightweight now. Won't be long and I'll have this on display. Actually, I got some pictures I could show you guys. I think I was able to transfer them. Let me see. Got into the studio yesterday. Hopefully they came through. No, they did not. Son of a... I do have a video, though. So... It's like 4 minutes long. I can take you guys like do this little walkthrough in there. Let me pull it up. That's weird. And I'll give you guys a pause it. How do I pause it? There we go. Oops. I hate the way. Well, I rephrase that. I do not like. I very much dislike the format of the player, like the media player on Apple. So, guess I can just turn. There's downstairs inside of what was the cafe. Man, look at my nose. Holy. It's a little blurry right there. I'll show you guys this walkthrough video. I filmed a quick walkthrough, but it was like 5 minutes, 43 seconds. And I tried to airdrop it. It wouldn't let me airdrop it. I tried to text it over, because where this is linked to my Apple account, if I text it to myself, that's how I got this video. So I texted it to myself, but it wouldn't let me text the 5 minutes and 43 second video. I had to cut it down to 4 something, and that's what this is. But this is not a very good video. What the? So there's the old countertop. Being shut down on Sunday, yes. Sparrow, yes. So let's just talk about that for a second. We'll get into the ration stuff here in a minute. I am on the team of, this is some horrible government overreach, in my personal opinion. I think TikTok has been rather cooperative. And look, I want to also say, I understand the perspective of a lot of the people that don't use TikTok, have never used TikTok, because I was that person not that long ago, a year or two ago. It's pretty fresh in my memory of how I thought about TikTok. And I used to think TikTok was a pretty stupid app. The content was, I thought, less than educational. I thought it was less than purposeful. I thought there was a lot of really stupid dance stuff that just, like kids stuff, which is fun for them or whatever. Just not something that I was interested in. And to be fair, I think that's what it used to be. I think it went through some changes back. I would have to look this up to tell you exactly when this happened, but about 2 or 3 years ago, the United States government forced TikTok to move its American algorithm servers to America. And I can't remember the guy's name, but he's a hundreds of billionaire. The guy, I've not heard anything good about this guy, but he owns a Hawaiian island where they moved the TikTok servers to. Okay, a lot of people don't know that, and like I said, that was 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know if it was peak pandemic, but it was definitely during the pandemic era of censorship and small businesses shutting down and all that. Okay, so anyway, ever since then, TikTok has been different. And if you've been around on YouTube for a long time, you will remember when YouTube was sold to Google. And then you will also remember in 2016-17 when we had the first adpocalypse caused or set forth. Well, they blamed it on PewDiePie. Honestly, at that time, like the way content was being made, and like there was a lot of satire, there was a lot of crude humor, they just picked something from the biggest creator and was like, "Oh, here's our chance. We're gonna make an example out of this situation." And since then, I don't care what anybody tells you, YouTube has been on a downhill slope ever since then. 2016, 17. Honestly, I could say that it might have been ever since it was purchased by Google. Google has entirely too much power. I mean, I could go on a rant on this stuff forever, but TikTok, it's really up in the air if TikTok is going to survive or not. I just started posting a few videos on TikTok a couple weeks ago, probably within the last 2 weeks. I think I posted 3. I got another one that I would like to post on there, but I ain't going to have time. It's going to shut down before then. Yeah, because it'll be shut down. I think it shuts down at midnight tonight, if I'm not mistaken, because it's supposed to start the 19th. Maybe not. Maybe we got all day tomorrow too. I don't know. I'm not real sure. That's not clear to me. Whether if we got another day, I'm going to post that video tonight. But I made a video about this extremely odd fog that we had here on the 11th. So it's been, a week ago. And it started about 9 o'clock at night. And I just kind of kept an eye on it. And then I thought about, it was extremely cold that night. It got down to 5 degrees. When it's 5 degrees, it's so cold that moisture can't really hang in the air. It should fall. Like, it should get heavy. It should start binding together with other molecules of condensation in the air or moisture in the air and fall. That fog shouldn't have been hanging in the air at 5 degrees for hours and hours and hours. It was foggy from about, I think it was like 8 or 9 o'clock that night, all the way until 9 or 10 o'clock the next morning. And like really, really foggy and really weird. It had a weird smell to it. And the reason that I bring this up is because I wasn't sure if I was going crazy. Like, maybe this is something normal. People that live in really cold areas, maybe this is something that does happen. But I worked outside on the river for over a decade, about 12, 13 years. So I'm very familiar with fog. Like, working on a maritime vessel on one of the largest rivers in the United States. Quite familiar with fog. So I thought it's possible. It's been years since I've worked out there. It's been, has it been? Coming up on 9 years, 8, 9 years since I've worked out there. So I texted my buddy that still works there, that I worked with every day. He's like my brother. He's like my family. I love the guy. I texted him and I said, "Hey, dude, is it just me or is this fog weird?" And he said, "Yeah, it's not just you, man. It's weird." And he brought up the fact he thought it had a smell to it, like it was weird. Well, he messaged me, I guess it would have been the 15th, something like that. He has been deathly ill. Like, he was, I could tell he was concerned, like very concerned about himself. Like, he's not one to talk like that. Like, he's the guy that if he's freezing cold, he's not going to tell you he's cold. Like, you know what I mean? He's that kind of guy. And I'm concerned about him still. He seems to think that he's got a pretty bad case of pneumonia. It's just really weird timing. And my first question to him, I was like, "Do you think it had something to do with that fog?" And he just said, "I don't know." He's like, "I don't know." He's like, it's awful weird, though. It's awful weird timing. And that's kind of what I was thinking. So I wouldn't post something like that here on YouTube. That doesn't fit who I am as far as like the career that I've created here on YouTube. It doesn't fit the content that I make or anything like that. So it was nice to have an outlet to post something like that. And the first video that I posted over there on TikTok it's probably got like 7,000 views. And for the first video that I posted, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think I gained like I probably gained close to 800 followers from that first video. My first TikTok account got banned during the election. So if you lean slightly conservative, they'll ban you for nothing. Like there was zero. I've never made a rude comment. I've never been mean to anybody. I'd never said anything out of sorts. They just banned my account and then didn't tell me exactly, like, what video was it from that you're banning. Like, why are you banning me? They don't tell you nothing. And that's like I've saw large creators over there. This is something that's really screwed up about TikTok also. I have saw very large, and over on TikTok, like, if you get banned over there, people just create a new account, especially larger creators, and they'll have their account back up and running to where they're making money off of it fairly quickly, within a month. But I've saw large creators over there, their accounts get banned, and they'll have, let's say, between $5,000 and $10,000 of payments that TikTok owes them for live streams that they've done, for revenue from videos. You know, I don't know how that exactly works. I assume it's similar to YouTube, but they can see exactly what they're owed, and they don't get a dime of that. If their account gets banned, doesn't matter if they've really done anything or not. It's like they don't care. They lose all that revenue that they had created, gone. I think that's really screwed up. I can understand even them losing money off of the ad revenue type videos, but off of gift donation type crap that they do over there, and I don't like that aspect of TikTok, but that aspect of TikTok is generating them, has to be billions of dollars. I have seen people throwing money around on that app like I've never seen anywhere else. It's ridiculous. Hundreds of dollars, just, it's insane. From one, like, single people, hundreds of dollars during a live stream. It has to be a horrible financial burden on some of these people. I get maybe some of those people are rich and they have that much disposable income, but I have a feeling that some of those people are not so rich. I saw a story, a lady had embezzled $1 million over a year gifting on TikTok. She was gifting herself, she was gifting other people with this corporate account. It was crazy the amount of money that she was throwing around. And I see people doing that over there all the time. Like, that to me is pretty wild, and there's got to be something more to that story. Or you would see the exact same type of stuff happening on YouTube. Now, YouTube doesn't do the battle setup. Bet you it ain't far off, though. How much you want to bet that within the next 6 months to a year, maybe quicker, YouTube will have a live stream battle set up where you can get gifts. I think you can get, not outside of super chats, I think you can also get like different gifts and stuff on YouTube now. Haven't been on a whole lot of live streams. I was on Kaylin's the other day, but I don't think TikTok should be banned, in my personal opinion. Anybody that uses the app the way I do, I think is going to have a very similar type of opinion. But the people that want to ban it are the people that don't use it or have never used it or are benefiting from banning it. Like, when you look at what's going on with Congress, how many of those people are invested in Meta? How many of them? And how much is Meta going to benefit from banning TikTok? How much is Amazon, because of the TikTok store, how much is Amazon going to benefit from the banning of TikTok? Why is my chat not good? My chat has just, I haven't been talking to you guys because my chat has just not been there. I just touch the screen and it's there. The safest way to use TikTok is no politics, just cats and dogs. You know, I go down the conspiracy side of TikTok and the paranormal side of TikTok, and obviously they called it Dior talk, the orbs and the UFOs. Like, there's also some pretty good educational stuff. on TikTok. I also like the food side of TikTok. Like there's aspects of TikTok that are good, but yeah, avoiding the political side of TikTok is certainly the easiest way to use that app by far. It was really hard to avoid the political side of TikTok leading up to November 5th, though. Like, let's be honest, it was infiltrating even like the food aspect of TikTok, the paranoia, like it was there. It was in all aspects of TikTok, but that was by design. That's because the U.S. government is controlling the algorithms. They can say that they're not all they want, but they're the ones that force them to move the algorithms and the storage to America on the Hawaiian island. You can look all this up. It's all fact. So I don't know why they seem to have such an issue with it, because they're already using it highly to their benefit. I think there's also an aspect of mainstream media mainstream media is on its way out. Let's just put it that way. I think the writing is on the wall. It's pretty clear for everyone to see that mainstream media is just hopping around on its last leg, trying to gather whatever little bit of money it can before it has to hop out the door. Because people are fed up with being lied to, and apps like TikTok, right here on YouTube, Rumble, like those are the apps that are taking the place of what mainstream media used to have control of, which is the entire narrative. Brownie, you sound super weird. They used to be able to control the narrative, what was fact, what was fiction, what was it just how things were going to play out. They had way too much control, and I'm glad, personally, that that they're decades long, if not a century long. If you go back to radio times, even that their reign is coming to an end. It's kind of nice to see. Tonight, I'm doing a long range patrol tonight. The food side of TikTok irritates you a lot. Lots of stupid ideas that should never see the light of day. I mean, I can't knock anybody for a quote unquote stupid idea. Every once in a while, there will be something that comes across on the food TikTok side that I'm on where it's like, I mean, this is what were you thinking type of stuff. But hey, there's been a lot exposed of people all around the United States showing the absolutely horrible fruit and vegetables that they have gotten from Walmart. The watermelons exploding. Like there's all kinds of stuff. I've learned a lot of stuff off of TikTok that is provable with documents, and obviously it might spark a thought or a pathway for me to start looking into something, and I'll start looking into it and doing my own research, and that's happened countless times since I've started taking TikTok a little more seriously. Like I said, I've used TikTok seriously maybe a year and a half. I don't think it's been 2 years that I've been on there. I think it was a stupid dance app for a long time. So, Sparrow, there's some culinary crimes on there for sure. I don't think I could disagree with you. I don't think I mean, again, you got to leave room for people to explore and stuff. I get that. But at the same time, like, there's certain things you just know that are no good or not going to work or are just atrocious to even put together or pile up in one pile. There's a lot of food abuse over there. I see it. Culinary versions of rage bait. There are people that do that, man. There are people that create content just to see how much they can make people rage. Like, seriously. Hey, guys, if you don't care to hit that thumbs up or down, give Google their little feedback that they crave so much. It might boost the live stream a little bit. We might get some new people moving around. But yeah, they definitely do it just for some clicks, for sure. You still get stupid dance videos and stuff? Kaylin says, I still get stupid dance and kid-oriented videos suggested on it. Maybe you haven't been on there very long, because like the algorithm after time will build to your interests. And I just had to start all over back in November. Or actually, it's probably October, like the very end of October. But it really sucked, man. When they banned my first account, first of all, I didn't do anything to get banned. I mean, you guys know me well enough. I wouldn't comment anything out of hand or anything like that. I tried to live stream on there, and that got me flagged twice. Like, I think that might be the reason why, that ultimately I ended up, because then somebody just falsely reported one of my comments, and they just knocked my account out because I smoked a cigarette on a live stream on there. Like, they gave me a violation. I was like, what? What is that? Like, I'm in my 40s. Like, I should be able to have a cigarette if I want. But that's I guess that's just one of the Chinese laws that carry. I don't know. I really don't know what the deal with that is. I never looked into it. I know it's not allowed on there. Like, I figured that out after trying to live stream on there one time. And but what I was going to say is, it really sucked because there were people that I followed on there and people that I had made friends with, and I went back through after I had to remake an account and tried to remember as many people as I could, and tried to reconnect with the people that I had connected with over there, and I might have gotten like 25% of them, maybe 40% of them or something. Like, I lost a lot of the time and effort, and plus I had like saved videos that I thought that I had back referenced for information and things before, just gone. So yeah, everything that you had in your saved videos and stuff is just all gone. What's up, Blue Quadrifugilio? Fugilio. Is that a Mustang in the, wait, hold on. Is that a BMW? Had to make a new account on it, not sure why, since I only posted cat videos. Oh, did you get banned too, Kaylin? That's what I'm saying. Like, they went through and just banned people for no reason. Oh, yeah. Yes, there's a lot of... Yes. I feel like there was a tide shift after November where it kind of eased up on the whole pushing that woke agenda. But, hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing. As long as you don't push it my way, I don't really care what you do. As long as you're not pushing it on kids either. Like, that's where I think we've really lost the plot in this country. The fact that terms of, like, map even exist. If you guys know, you know what a map is. The fact that like, kids even know what that term is or how to use it, that it was ever created in the first place, we got a problem. We got a problem. For sure. But all right. I don't see Delicious in the chat. I haven't seen him. I didn't go all the way back up. I guess I could go back up here and say hello to everybody real quick. Jeremiah Kirby, you're probably not still around, but hello. Cliff, what's up? Nation, MRE Finds, what's up? Storm Tracker, what's up? Chusik, what's up? Spicy Tuna Roll, hello. Go home, Cliff. Cliff said, Tuna, happy Hanukkah. Little hitch in my get along. Oh. Smitty here? Hey, what's up, Smitty? It can actually be pretty cool, Smitty. too bad. Actually, it won't be banned for you. So yeah, you'll be fine. I would suggest using it. Honestly, it's a good app. It really is. Just when you start an account, make sure that you don't lose track of what your interests are, because you can get sidetracked on there real quick and start going down rabbit holes and then you got stuff that's coming up on your for you page that you don't want to see. Like you don't want to go down that road. You know what I mean? I've learned my lesson from like going down rabbit holes, and I stop myself because I know what'll happen. TikTok is interesting. What's up, Joe? Had your first son on the 5th. Congratulations. 7 pounds, 11 ounces, and 20 inches long. Well, I don't like that. 20 inches. And my kids are... they're not kids anymore. Freaking adults. It sucks. It really does. Let me get these rations out here, because I don't know what we're eating tonight. Brownie, honey. Say hello. Say hi. Say hi. Look. Brownie. Look. Hi, baby. Oh, where's my girl? You know, Daddy loves you, huh? Yeah. My girl. What? You don't like it when I pet your butt, do you? You're really soft today, for some reason. You're starting to go gray, honey. Like me. We're getting old, ain't we? I think you're probably about 7. I think she's probably about 7 years old. I think she was born right after I had my leg cut off. She was born in my bedroom. I helped deliver her. Her mom is something else. Her mom is something else. A little bit. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Hi. Yes. You stick your tongue out. Yeah. I like it when you do that. I like it when you stick your tongue out. Yes. He's a good brownie. What, baby? What? Here. We'll put you over here. Alright. Let's get this case. Let me see if I can fit it up here. I might be able to fit it up here if I take Delicious's package down. Brownie, honey, I'm getting ready to put that up here. I hope his package wasn't time sensitive, because I've had it for 2 weeks. Or, well, this will be week 3. Oh, yeah. Brownie, you're right in the way. I don't think it's going to fit in my space here. It's not. Wait. Yep. Brownie, you got to move. Oh. Move, Brownie. Move, Brownie. Brownie, move. That box. Yeah, you got to move. Move. She is being super clingy. What is your deal? Huh? What is your deal? Huh? All right, get down. Go on. Go. No, don't you. Here. What are you doing? What are you doing? got the tripod about right now. She has certainly taken a liking to the box, big time. She's being super neat. She's not usually like this. Usually she don't want nothing to do with me. She don't want to be around me. I mean, every once in a while, like as soon as I lay down though, she wants to lay right up against me. Don't you? You like to sleep next to me. Keep yourself warm. Yeah, because you're a weirdo. Here, yeah. No, you're not going to tear up my long-range patrol box. Quit that. Quit. You butthole. Yeah. You trying to be cute because I told you to quit? Huh? Thank you, Taco Girl. She's one of my many. She's got a brother named MJ. His dad's name was Munch. We called him Munch. It was Munchkin. And he looked just like him, which they look a lot alike, her and her brother, MJ. But, yeah, he's, their personalities couldn't be any different. My son always says that he's like a dog. Like, he'll jump up on your leg and want you to pet him, and he'll, like, he goes right up to the dog, nose to nose all the time. It's weird. He's a weirdo. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he's definitely a weirdo. I think she's 7. She might be coming up on 8. She was born not long after I had my leg cut off, and I want to say she's probably over 7. She's probably closer to, yeah, she's probably getting closer to 8. That was in 2016. 4. Yeah, she's probably coming up on 8. Because it seems like I was still really rather injured at the time when she was born, if I remember right. What are you going to do? Here, I'm going to walk away real quick and see what she does. We'll do it. What needs you food, Brownie? We're getting pretty deep into this live stream, and I ain't even got food open yet. Plus, I got started late. Alright. Got me some nasal spray. Because I got clogged up as soon as I started this live stream, of course. Here, let me show you guys this video before we get started real quick. I shall play. Well, bet you I doxed myself earlier. Bet I put my phone number out there. What? There we go. This was last night. I did have the power turned on yesterday in my name too, also. But I still don't have the keys to it. Yeah, 2 mini splits.
There was cooking going on back here. This was the kitchen.
I don't think I can. My footage.
There's a security system. Looks like it's turned off. There's lights in here. Where's the switch? In here. Here we go.
I think it does, Tim.
Hey, this is actually pretty good.
It's the first time I've ever been in there.
Like this. Yeah, buddy.
The guy I bought it off of was more or less using it for a
20 foot by 8 foot.
storage unit, more or less. And when I went in there, there was totes covering the whole building. That's like an old 20 foot by 8 foot by, looks like 9 or 10 foot tall freezer trailer.
It's pretty rough back here with this like particle board paneling. That's actually it's just dirt. I've painted some of it. It's crazy.
Is that OSB?
Huge, and I do mean absolutely massive hood that they had back here for what should have been stoves right here. I see the fire suppression up there still.
I don't know if there used to be a big oven there or if they had a pizza oven back there. I don't know what was there.
Needs straightened up, but honestly, it's not as bad as I thought. That's a lot of new wire that just needs to be.
They bought a lot of the stuff they had in there. They were going to resell. I don't think he has a daughter. Could be wrong.
It's nasty outside, nasty snow and stuff.
What am I doing? Yeah, hurry up, Jamie.
And you've got the swinging doors right here. Look, they swing. Swing out. Yeah. Not bad. This right here.
No, this ain't gonna be the restaurant. This is gonna be the studio / office with the apartment upstairs.
Might put a bedroom and bathroom down here
I did a live stream walking through the upstairs part of it.
to where this is a more somewhat more like usable space.
This is gonna make a really cool studio though. We're gonna have rations displayed everywhere. I'm gonna have like old alcohol behind the counter. I'm gonna set it up like a bar behind there with like lighting and shelving. See the old wiring right there? Like the old porcelain. What are those? Insulators, probably. The fans and lights are they're nice enough. I mean, to leave, but I think I'm going to go a different route with the aesthetic. I guess that's the end of it. Anyway, there it is. I thought I've been wanting to show you guys that for a long time, but I have not had access to the building at all. I went and got the keys to it last night. Me and my son went up there and walked around it because the roof had been leaking, and I was concerned that it was tearing stuff up. So I went and got the keys off the guy that I bought it off of, and went in there and looked it over. But tomorrow, I don't know how he got it in his head that it was tomorrow, because tomorrow is like 34 days, 35 days, but whatever. I gave him 30 days to get his stuff out of there after I purchased the place. Like, hadn't even been thought about to get your stuff out of there up until that moment. Anyways, regardless, it doesn't matter. I gave him 30 days, but it did push back my schedule. I had planned on getting started on this building rather quickly. And then, of course, the holidays came, and then we had all that snow. We've had 1.5 foot of snow that's still obviously lingering around, and the place has got to get a roof on it. First thing, I mean, it'd be stupid to start fixing stuff inside with a leaky roof. That's my thoughts on the matter. Look what the cat dragged in. Hey, it's CT. What's up, dude? Let me let's get this opened up because I'm hungry actually. And one of these rations right here. How much would one of these cost to buy on eBay right now? Probably what, $40 with shipping, $50. Who knows? I mean, they don't come up on eBay, so it's hard to put a price on one. They're not cheap. So this is an expensive meal I'll be having, I guess you could say. All right, what do we got here? Beef with rice. I think that's what I had the first time out of here, it seems like. What did I have out of here? Or did I have the pork one? Might have had the, excuse me, the, okay, we got beef stew. We've got, how did that end up in there? That's weird. Huh. Huh. That's random. I'll bet you that happened at the factory. Because I do believe this thing was sealed until I opened it. And all I did was open it and look at the rations and put them back in. So I'll bet you that was in there. Anyways, we got chicken a la king, beef stew, beef and rice I think I already had. Lasagna with meat sauce. Well, that sounds pretty good. I've been wanting some like spaghetti, or not this spaghetti though. Not ration spaghetti. I don't want ration spaghetti, even though freeze-dried is the best way to go. There's chicken stew. That's also a really good one. So we got, well, 8 menus times 2, right? Ain't that what this is? There's the other chicken stew. So both the chicken stews are on the outside edge over here. What else do we got? Another spaghetti. There's the other lasagna right next to the first lasagna. I bet I didn't even take these out. Chicken a la king. I bet I just did this. Beef with rice. So both the beef with rices are in here. Sweet and sour pork. That's what I had. That's what's missing. There's beef stew. So we got 2 beef stews. What's on this outside edge? Probably 2 of the same thing. Chili con carne, and I'll bet the other one's chili as well. Yep, chili. Chili's always a great cold weather menu, but I am not in the mood for chili because I just had chili last night. As a matter of fact, I had some Wendy's chili left over from it was like 2 or 3 days old. It had been in the refrigerator. Amber didn't finish it. So we're not doing the beef with rice because it ain't been that long since I had a beef with rice. That is a vintage menu though. Beef with rice goes back to the original long-range patrols as far as freeze-dried mains go. Beef with rice is one of the originals, and it stuck around all the way up until, was it in the earlier long-range patrols? The next generation? I can't remember. I don't think it was. It might have been. Actually, yeah, it might have been. I know it was in the 2000, what was it, 2004 or 2007. What was the first year for the meal cold weather? Oh, man, that lasagna's kind of calling my name, I think. I like a good beef stew, too. We got chili, beef stew, spaghetti, lasagna. That's chicken a la king sounds good, too. So it's between chicken a la king and lasagna. How many did I... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, there's only one out of this case. That's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure, though. All right, you guys pick for me because I'm good with either one. Chicken a la king or lasagna. I'll let the chat decide. Whoever gets the most votes. I don't think I can put a poll up, mate. If I can, I will. Top chat, live chat, super chat. Can I put a poll up? Can I put a poll up? I'm not seeing a way to do it. Seems like we used to be able to do that. I haven't seen, or I don't think I've ever had a fresh chicken a la king. The only chicken a la kings that I've ever had came from MREs, and they were not fresh, to say the least. All right, let's go back up to where the answers start. Let's see. Where do they start? Yeah, Emil would say lasagna for sure. Elandil, you'd say beef stew. Let's see. Wait, Matt. Where's Matt? Who's... Oh, Viper. What's up, Viper? I was like, wait a second, Matt. I was wondering if Matt Braley might have showed up in here. All right, so we got starting with... Elandil said beef stew, so he didn't pick from one of the two, but... Kaylin, tomorrow you're opening a 2017 IMP chili. Well, you're going to enjoy that because, well, I think you probably... I loved it. If you like chili, Canada makes one of the best chilies. The Canadian IMP chili is fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, so we got one lasagna, one chicken, so 1 and 1. 2 chicken now. 2 and 2. Landell says lasagna. 3 to 2 lasagna. 3 to 3. Kaylin says chicken. How much did that baby bad boy cost? This case, how much did this case cost? I want to say I paid it at like 400, 450, something like a lot. Wasn't cheap. So we were tied right up until Storm Tracker, I think, is the next. So we were 3 to 3. Lasagna makes it 4-3 with Storm Tracker. 5 to 3 with Blue Quadrifragilio. 5 to 3. 5 to 3. Where else we got now? 5 to 4. Anybody else voting? Did I see a super chat come through? Where is that at? Where was that at? So we're 5 to 4 right now, and lasagna, I think, is winning. Me and Sneaky over here silently watching. Our votes goes to pork or beans. What? I'm confused. Thank you for the super chat, LC. I just got some new stuff over the past few days that I got stuff I'm going to send for your kids. Where are we at? Yeah, there's not a poll. I'm just like, you just got to type it in the chat because I don't know how to put a poll up. I'm not seeing a way to do it. Unfortunately. Got you, Kaylin. Yep, got it. I don't see any way to make a poll. I know you can do it on, well, TikTok. But on here, there is no option to make a poll, unless I missed it. No, I didn't miss it. Let me see which one feels like a bigger meal. Feels like a pretty fat meal. This one's heavier. I can tell that right off the bat. I think I want to have a fresh chicken a la king. I've never had it, and of course I've had lasagna a million times in my life. I've never had a fresh chicken a la king. So, I mean, I know it's going to be like a chicken and noodles type of meal, more or less. Like, what makes chicken a la king a la king? Is it more of a creamy, like milky gravy in it? Is that what makes it? What makes chicken a la king versus like a thick chicken noodle soup or a thick chicken and noodles with vegetables? I think chicken a la king is the pick. It's like the turkey tetrazzini. It is. So it's creamy, except it's chicken instead of turkey. Peas and carrots and creamy sauce. Well, I mean, there's peas and carrots in a like a thick. If you do a thick vegetable, chicken and vegetables, chicken and noodles. Sorry, a thick chicken and noodles, and you just add vegetables. I mean, that pretty much is going to make it a chicken a la king, I guess. All right, let's get this box because it's a tight fit. Ooh. Oh, I can't wait to be out of this corner, I'll tell you that. It'll be nice to have space to work on food. Yes, yes, yes. I'll be able to put all that cool stuff that LC sent up on display. She sent, like, there's some cool pictures and all kinds of actually good stuff to put up. All right. Why does it look so far away? What is going on with that? Huh. Maybe my tripod's still too high. Let's see how the tray fits on the screen. I used the tripod for Christmas video. That still looks really high up. Huh. Usually, I mean, there's enough room on screen. Yeah. Push it down a little bit more. I think that should be fine. Yeah, that'll work. Messed up part of that. Rainbows and pepperoni. Some unique flavors. Rainbows? What's rainbows taste like? I think of sprinkles or like something sweet and sour when I think of like rainbows. I don't know why. Like, and I think the only way to open these, this is not a peel. Oh, look at that. That is a compromised bag. Something in here is extremely sharp for a food item in a bag that's poking out. That's poking out from the inside. But the way to open these is to rip it like that. Get your fingers in there and then pry it open. But, of course, I try to preserve every one of these bags that I can. Skittles is what you think of when you think of the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. They have marketed it that way for at least a decade, probably 2 decades. Chicken a la king. Gundog's nemesis right here. Gundog does not like chicken a la king. What was poking through there? What is... It's that... Is it this? I don't know if it's that. Or if oh, it's this. It's actually the freeze-dried mane. Look at that. See how sharp that is? Yeah, that'd cut you. If I pressed harder, I could cut myself with that. That is sharp. Let's go ahead and take it out of there. It's huge, by the way. Absolutely massive mane. Chicken a la king. Perfectly sealed. Hasn't lost even tiny bit of its vacuum seal. It looks amazing. Really well done. I mean, Oregon freeze dried back in this time was in its prime, in my opinion. I think they were I think they could have been using a little higher quality meats. Like they were slacking on the quality of meats that they were using, but other products that they were using, like the noodles, the vegetables, and things, I feel like they were a decent quality by this point. Obviously, that's going to be better than anything you could get inside of a retort pouch. So, oh, here's our awesome, very different accessory packet. The only way to get an accessory packet look like this is out of a long-range patrol. Now, the Meal Cold Weathers that came around right after this, the first era of the Meal Cold Weathers, all this would have been white packaging, and I love that white packaging. Actually, G. Schultz, whenever he did that Meal Cold Weather, it was a 2004, so 24 years old at the time. I think he did that for Christmas, didn't he? Or was it before Christmas? Can't remember. What else do we have in here? Candy. And I can already tell you. Wait, no? What is that? If that's M&M's, they're like stuck together. Those didn't fare very well. Those are M&M's. They're all stuck together. That's weird. Not good. Here's our partially biodegradable MRE spoon. I keep as many of those as I can. I try not to dispose of too much plastic. I'll wash them and reuse them. Hey, look at that. Oatmeal cookie chocolate covered. One of the favorite dessert items from back in the day. Been around. That oatmeal cookie chocolate covered was still in long range patrols. One menu number 5, I think it was. Chicken and rice was the only menu that still had the chocolate covered cookie, or cookie chocolate covered. What else do we got? Ooh, look at that. Bran flake bar. That is like gold to me. It's a Bran Flake cereal bar. It may be crumbled and rehydrated with a small amount of water, because it does have milk in it. Powdered milk, so it turns into like an oatmeal gruel kind of, or a bran gruel. What else? What's this? Beverage-based powder orange. Fortified for your breakfast drink, I guess. It's a little crunchy, but for some reason, this era of these, in particular, these type of fortified beverage-based powders, I don't know if they started off this way. It's very possible that they did have like larger granules, where like the flavor granules, and then the smaller stuff was the sweetener, the sugar. No nutritional facts on there, but that makes half a canteen cup, 12 ounces. And I think that's it. Yep. That's everything. Oh, that bag smells amazing. I don't know why I like the smell of this plastic, like with all the contents. There's not really any smells coming off of this other than like mixed plastic smells. But it's very unique to vintage surplus items. I don't know what it is that makes it trigger that memory for me. My grandpa used to take me to surplus stores all the time whenever I was little, which he collected M1 Grands like they were going out of style. Well, they were. He had a huge collection that got stolen the day of his funeral. I'll tell you what, if you get away with theft in America, and this has been going on since back then, if you don't get caught in the act, like the odds of them doing anything after that are like slim to none. Accessory packet. Let's take a look inside this accessory packet. Oh, hey, LC, what are you doing? You ain't gonna do that. May I please send some love to your friends, James? Oh yes, that's right. James, dang it. I meant to mention that earlier, and then I got sidetracked. I believe it was Ortiz, wasn't it? I always called him James Ortiz. James did pass away. I don't know anything else about it other than I found out about it on Kaylin's live stream the other day. Haven't heard anything else about it. I did talk about it in my personal life some, and James had been around for a long, long time as far as my community goes, our community. I would have to go back and check my live streams, but I would say he's been around at least 7 years, 6, 7 years, maybe longer. I've been doing these for a long time now. I've been doing live streams now for, probably 8 years, coming up on 8 years. And James has been around for a very long time. And he will absolutely be missed in the chat. I don't have really anything else to report other than, we should all take a moment to think about James here for a second. Because, again, he was consistently in my live streams on Saturday nights. And even if I did one on an odd day here or there, he would be around. And I think James made a lot of friends over the years in this chat. He seemed like a good guy. I didn't know him outside of my live streams. I really didn't. I didn't know him. I'd never emailed with him. I'd never talked to him outside of there. So I don't know a whole lot to say. But I do know what our experience or my experience was with him on the live streams. And he was always a good guy. And I'd never seen or heard anything cross out of him or anything like that. He always got along with everybody. And he was always here. Like I said, he was really consistent. I wonder if Miss Marilyn knows. I should have messaged Miss Marilyn. Because I hadn't talked to her probably since Christmas. Actually, I might have forgot to even message her at Christmas time. Daggone it. All right, Brownie, you got to get down. You got to get down. You're in the way. Here, you want to get up here and lay down? Here. You can get right here. Lay on this bag. Go ahead. Come on. You're good. Come on. Here, Daddy help you. Here. There you go. How's that? You got to be balanced or you'll knock it over. Okay, let's see what's in this accessory packet. Thank you for that Super Chat, LC, and reminding me to say that, because I did think about it. I can't remember what I was talking about. I thought about it earlier, and then I forgot to say something. I got sidetracked. All right. This is... There's not an A and a B, I guess. It's just accessory packet. So we got our United States issued butt ration, of course. We're going to times that by 2 because it's a long range patrol, and this could potentially be a 24-hour ration times 2. And this comes with, hey, that feels good. Some Red Taster's Choice. You got your United States military issued matches that are a really nice dark OD green color. And your prints on the front, strike on back. White tip, purplish black matches. There's our cream substitute dry non-dairy. Corn syrup being the first ingredient. Corn syrup solids. Partially hydrogenated soybean oil is the second ingredient. Is there even any dairy? Oh, it's non-dairy. Duh. Is there even any dairy in there? There's your pack of iodized salt. That's the exact same. Well, no, it ain't. Almost the exact same size as your sugar. 4 grams of sugar and 4 grams of salt. And there's the gum. Some green chiclet style gum. And that's everything. get a tray up here, and then we will get started on this. Let it get to rehydrating first thing. Not much to this, really. Put that up here. There's our drink mix. And sugar, creamer, red taster's choice. We'll see if it's any good. Salt, 2 TPs, and matches going back in the accessory packet along with the chiclet style gum. That'll go in my collection of unused accessory items. I probably got between 50 and 100 pounds of that. Probably more, actually. Somewhere, it's a lot. I got a lot. All right, grab an open MRE spoon, throw down here. I got an MRE spoon that's a different color. That's not it. I got one that's a weird color. I don't know where it's at, but it's around here somewhere. It's hard to tell what I've done with it. All right. Let's get this started. First thing. See if we get any kind of hiss off of this. Looks like our heat seal is right running at an angle up through there. So that was very well vacuum packed. Jeez. Absolutely no smell. None. I mean, it smells like nothing. That is the best sign you can get opening old food, is no smell. No smell is a good smell, in my experience. Look at that. Just a nice little tightly packed block of chicken a la king. There's your little, it's taped on there. Where do I take this apart at? Wow, this is bananas. This should have started loosening up by now. That's the one inside. Okay, so I'm gonna have to cut this up here, I suppose. Break out the pocket knife for that. It's a little dull, I reckon. Well, maybe not. It's in between, I would call it. Keep that bad boy around to put the meal. Well, actually, I'll probably put half this in a bowl or something. I think half is plenty. What is that? What is that? That looks like a burnt breadcrumb or something. What in the world is that? A piece of chicken? Okay. What? Okay. There we go. I forgot, it's completely double bagged. Completely double bagged. Very, very, very well packaged. I mean, honestly, you couldn't ask for anything better than that. That's perfectly packaged. I am really curious as to what this is. What is that? Hang on a second. What could that be? Cooked chicken. Mechanically separated chicken. Mushroom. Oh, it's a mushroom. It's got to be a mushroom. Right? That makes sense. That could look like a mushroom, I guess. I'm just going to eat it. Oh, I almost dropped it. Oh, yeah. Very chickeny. It's got a lot of chicken seasoning. Yuck. I do not like the texture of that. At all. It's slimy but slightly crunchy on the inside. Not my thing. Look at them noodles. Those are special. Look at that. I'm going to try some dry noodles. Whoa. Those aren't really pre-cooked. What's the orange stuff? Carrots. Okay. Pimentos, maybe? And then green peppers, celery, corn oil, blah, blah, blah. Natural chicken juices, maltodextrin, blah, blah, blah. Yeast extract, flavorings, onion powder, spices. Huh. What fish? Bonito fish? Extract? Bonito fish? What is bonito fish? I don't know what that is. Anyway. Alright. Let's get a bowl. Then I'll go get some hot water. We will dump about half of it. That's a lot of food. Goodness gracious, there's still a lot left in here. And that's gonna be pretty much a full bowl. I'm easily gonna get 2 large servings out of this. Putting it back the same way it came. Upside down. Twist this up. Like that. Yeah, I'll use something else on top. I'll use that beverage base powder to cover the bowl. Or no, the accessory packet. I don't know. I'll use something. Not this. Alright, let me go get some hot water so we can get this started. Maybe I've got something I can use as a lid in here too. Outside? took hot water and I threw it in the microwave to make it extra hot. Let's go ahead and make this beverage base real quick while that's heating up. If I cut this right instead of just ripping it open, maybe I can use this to cover the bowl. It should come pretty close to covering the bowl. Whoa. Did not expect that. That is brown. That's weird. I'm gonna taste it. Holy, that looks like dirt. What in the world? I ain't never seen one do this before. Never seen one turn brown like that. I guess it's just oxidized, but I'll give it a try. More of a sour flavor than a that's the flavor part of it, the brown part. I mean, it's got an orange flavor, but it's off in some way. It tastes old. It's got kind of a musty taste to it. I don't know. I don't even know if it's going to dissolve right. It didn't want to dissolve in my mouth. That's a weird one. That is a weird one. I mean, it didn't get moisture in it. There's nothing stuck to the package or anything like that. Wait, did LC send another super chat? I see a blue thing up in the corner here. Let me scroll back up. She did. Hey, Smokey, for anyone new in this community, pity. Wait, what? Could you please explain what we do around here? Sure. I think I got the gist of what you were saying there. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. So, this is literally a community. It's not just like your random live stream. I mean, it is to some people that they scroll through, but if you decide to hang around and you decide to come back, we do this. I try to do this as much as I can on Saturdays, every Saturday. I explain vintage military rations. I sometimes eat other random old food. It's other random old food is pretty hard to come by. There's a lot more old military ration food than there is probably any other old food. But the main focus is old military rations that we like to try and eat and share the experience with everyone around here that decides to become part of this community. So that is what this thing that you're watching right now is, if you're new here. All right. That water in there is ready. Let me get this going. This is probably going to take some hot water. You know what? I'll be right back. Let me go get that hot water. What are you doing, Mama? I don't want to overwater this. That's the one thing about freeze-dried food. If you've never had it, and if you're new around here, you can always add more later. Plus, it'll help heat up your meal later if you add hot water later. But if you add too much in the beginning, you can't take it out. You can never take out what you've already put in. So it's best to be careful and not too much water in your freeze-dried food. Alright, now I'm going to add some of this hot water into this. I don't think this is going to look good once it rehydrates. Usually this fortified drink tastes a lot like Tang. because it's got some vitamins going on and stuff. That is a weird color. It also, like, almost like it was like Pop Rocks, like it felt like it had a little carbonated side to it. Oh, that's a slurry. And the darkness is lingering. Ooh. I'm going to add a little more warm water to this. Because it's still, look at that, it's not dissolving. See it stuck on the side of the glass. Even with that super hot water. Peanut butter drink, Cliff says. Yeah, it's definitely got a nasty. I mean, it's not a whole lot of different color from the spoon, really. And I've probably put 3 or 4 ounces of hot water in here. Ugh. That is... It smells alright. It smells like an orange sweet tart. It doesn't have an off smell to it, so that's a good sign. Let's add some more cool water to it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it still don't look right, does it? Well, there it is. Let me give this chicken a la king a little stir after I clean my spoon off here. Sharp and Pokey, I believe all rations prior came with wood matches. German rations still come with wood matches. I can't think of when. I can't think of any wood matches in American. They've always been cardboard style. Even back in World War II. I ain't seen too many accessories World War I wise. I mean, I think they were all separate, just whatever you could get your hands on. That looks really good. I see the pimentos in there. I see celery in there. I see the mushrooms in there. I don't see I see some chicken, I guess. I think it needs some more water. What do you guys think? Okay. Give it a stir. Just by the way that chicken feels on the spoon, I can tell it needs to set for a while. It's not big enough. What do I have that's big enough? Wow, look at this. Looking like a beer. What do I have I can set over top of this bowl? Set this box right here on top of it. Set it back here. Take this box. There we go. Yeah, that works. That works. I was going to try to use that, but that didn't work. Let's take a look at this. Let's see what... It's got to be M&Ms, but they feel like something's happened to them. And this late in 1998 to be the it should be the Y2K. era. Oh, huh. Not what I thought it was. Would you look at that? Wow. Man, I don't know if I can open these guys. I can't remember ever getting a pack of Skittles this old. They're all stuck together, too, so they're not going to be good to eat. I mean, you could eat them, but they're not going to be good. Taste the rainbow. How weird that we were talking about that earlier. But I think we said, did we say Starburst, though? Yeah, they're stuck together. Still looks cool, though. I guess that 8 would indicate the year, 98. Yeah, look, Y2. Y2K era. Come on and focus. There we go. 839E Y2. That bag of Skittles go for $1,000 on eBay. No way. No way. I could see, like, I could see probably $30-40 for these, though. Bite-sized candies with real fruit juices. Anybody want to pull up, or I'll do it myself here in a minute, ingredients list on a brand new pack of Skittles today, and let's compare and contrast the difference between the nutritional information and the ingredients. Distributed by the Mars Company, M&M and Mars Company, division of Mars Incorporated, Hackettstown, New Jersey. So the strawberry, not cherry, orange, lemon, grape, and lime. I don't think they have the lime anymore, right? Didn't they do away with the lime? Something like that. They done away with one of the colors, it seems like. I could be wrong. I'm going to need more water. I forgot that I had coffee. Let's go ahead and see what this coffee looks like. I'm going to break out my delicious cup, because I don't see Dan in here, or I'd break out the Tim Tam cup. And also CT hooked me up with a Tim Tam coffee cup. But we're going to do the delicious MRE. Another channel here on YouTube. If you're new to this, I highly recommend going over and checking out my Polish buddy. Elandil's got a channel. Kaylin's got a channel. Who else in here's got a MRE channel right now that you could go visit? Probably linked down in my description, but if not, they're right here in the chat right now, and they'll speak up and tell you. Multimagnum's got a channel. Let's see what this red tastes. Infamous for going bad. Well, for growing some kind of white mold or crystal separation, or we're not sure, actually. I'd love to have a pack of Red Taster's Choice with the infamous white fuzz tested to see exactly what that is. But hey, look at that. Not too bad. A little white fuzz, but not bad. G. Schultz is here. He's got a channel. He's the OG of this, actually. I think he's got the oldest channel of ration reviewers that's still around. There was a couple did it before him, but they're gone. They are gone. So there was a guy called MRE Jap, and he's long gone. Been gone for years. He was a weird channel anyway. But look at that. One of the better looking Red Taster's Choice I've had in a long time. I've had some good ones that were, you know, perfect. But that one right there looks good. What was your question? You said, did they bring lime back for a while a few years back? A retro thing? I don't know. Did they? I don't know. There's not a green one in Skittles now, is there? Or maybe there is. Maybe I'm wrong. I think grape is still around. Right? Or is it? Did they put a blue one in? I didn't even look at that creamer before I dumped it in there, but it looks good. It's a little yellowed, but non-dairy. Nothing to really worry about there, unless it turns into a solid mass. You just can't get that. You could still use it. It take it forever to dissolve. I mean, if you didn't have anything else to do but sit there and stir your coffee and mess around with it, you might be able to smash it back into a form where it could dissolve. And there's your sugar. Perfect. Perfect. 4 grams. I think that's all you need, 4 grams. I could use 8 grams of sugar in my coffee. All right, let me go get some more hot water. I'll be right back. Go. Liam Neeson. Ted 2 is on TV. Liam Neeson's talking to him in a grocery store. I don't remember that from the movie. Here we go. Will it dissolve properly? Nope. Alright, that was 7 ounces. That was right in between the recommended 6 they recommend, and I prefer 8, so I put it right in the middle and did 7. Spoon's greasy from the chicken a la king. Look how shiny. Alright. I'm going to get a different spoon for the drink. Look at that. See that? Line that's settled in there. It's weird. I'm going to stir it up. Whoa. There is something seriously wrong with this orange drink. I have literally, all the rations I've eaten and all the orange drinks that I've had over the years, I've never seen one look like this. And it certainly does have an old, off taste to it. It's really hard to describe that old flavor that comes with an orange drink when you find it, but it's very distinctive. It's not like you get that same old flavor in anything else vintage. It's only with an old orange drink. And look at that. That does not look right. I'm not even going to say that. You could say that looks like a lot of things that are very anti-appetizing. All right. Oh, I heard that vacuum seal release. Oh, look at that. That's why I do cut them open like that, right there. Oh, that is perfection. I try not to touch it until I get this first look at it. I mean, come on. It's probably not good for you, but at the same time, it looks like it's been lacquered. In person, it's way shinier in person than it even is on screen. It's a spectacle to look at. It's really fascinating, in my opinion. There's got to be a lot of wax to it, a lot of wax to that chocolate to make it look like that. But look at this. Look how shiny. I'm fascinated by it. I really am. I love it. Food's not supposed to look like that, really. There's a few things that are kind of shiny, but it's kind of funny. Look at that. Just cookie perfection. Nice. All right. And these things, this is one of my favorites. I really enjoy the cornflakes and the bran flake. I'm a Raisin Bran kind of guy. Like, I enjoy Raisin Bran, so that's why I think I like this. But if you don't like Raisin Bran, you wouldn't like this, okay? And they just printed up a sticker and slapped it on each one. Just slap, slap, slap. Tell them that they can crumble it up and add some water to it. As if they couldn't figure that out on their own. I guess if you eat crowns, maybe you couldn't figure out to put water in this. I don't know. I think if you eat crowns, you probably put water with everything. Look at that. Another item that can sometimes be shiny are the bars. This one is not. Yeah, it is. A little bit. Well, more than a little bit. That is compression shininess right there. Whereas that is a mix between the compression shininess and also shininess from the wax that's in the chocolate. And it's really weirdly tempered. Look at that. It doesn't even look real. That looks like someone like covered it with clear coat so that it could be a display food item. Am I wrong? I really think that's what this looks like. They eat paint chips off the insides of tanks and stuff. My brother-in-law was a Marine, and he did quite a few active duty tours because he joined back in 2000, or maybe it was 99. He graduated a year. I don't know if he graduated. I mean, I know he graduated a year before me, which was 99. I don't know if he went in the same year he graduated or if he went in the next year. Can't remember. All right, let's take a look at our chicken a la king. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah, I totally thought this was M&M's going to be. It's always M&M's, but Skittles. What a treat. What a treat. That is for the drinks. This is for the food. All right. It's a little thick. It's a little thick. I think it's supposed to be thick like this. Whoop. I told you, Brownie. Hang on. Whoop, whoop. I got you. You're good. There you go. You farted because you were sliding off the box. I didn't hear it, but I smell it. Oh, the pastrami. That stuff is... I see a lot of Americans try pastrami, and just about all of them do it wrong. If you're going to try pastrami, you need to do it the way it's intended. You need to have some flatbread. You need to have some mayonnaise. You need to have some relish. You need to have onions. You need to have everything that they combine to eat that pastrami, which I don't think they like it even. I think it's become more of a traditional cliche type thing. Like they do it just to keep the tradition alive. That is a lot of food. And I could have added more water to this to thin it out more like a chicken noodle soup kind of deal. I mean, I think it's pretty close to being exactly how it should be, I think. I don't think you want to have a whole lot more gravy than that. Although I do wish it was a little bit thinner. And I'm debating on adding just a tiny bit more. Yeah, hang on. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more hot water. Just a little bit. Straight out of the machine. Because I think it won't like thin the gravy out too much. But it'll give me more gravy. And I want more gravy. Yeah. Probably didn't even add enough, really. I just added a tiny bit. Them noodles look awesome, though. I like that little folded noodle. Look at that. Little folded up noodle. It's like a little butter noodle or something. I know I'm not going to like them mushrooms, but I'll eat them. Carrots, celery. I don't see no peas, though. I know the Chicken a la King and the vintage MREs that I had, that I've eaten, they all had peas in them. All right, here's the first bite of Chicken a la King. Fresh Chicken a la King. This is just like it just came out of the oven back in 1998 on the 354th or 355th day. So it's, how old is this? 98, 08, 18, 27 years old. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. Wow. That's a lot of flavor. Just immediately smacked me right in the face. And wow. I don't care if I was eating this on camera. That would have provoked a wow out of me. Even if I was in a room alone. The chicken tastes like it might be some brown meat chicken. And it tastes exactly like chicken pot pie chicken. Even all around, this does have somewhat of a chicken pot pie like flavor, like the gravy does have some of that. Almost like there's a flour element to it. The noodles are they're perfect. They're al dente. They have a great texture, a great chew to them. They're really, really nice. You know what I'm missing, though? Can anybody guess what I'm missing right now? And I don't think I have any handy. I keep all my spoons. I wash them and keep them all. I don't have any MRE crackers handy, but that's what this is missing, is crackers. I do have some Ritz, even though these things are absolutely horrible for you. I think they will set this off, though. Wow. So the gravy's super savory, very chicken flavored, obviously. It's got a smoothness to it that I'm not used to. It's really pleasant. I don't like the mushrooms just because of the texture. I mean, they have virtually no flavor, honestly. The chicken's chewy, which I don't mind. It's better without the cracker, believe it or not. Cracker's all right, but it takes away from the flavor of this. It's seasoned in my palate's preferences, I guess you'd say. It's perfectly seasoned. Them noodles, I can't get over them noodles. It's the way they're all bunched up like that. What is that, like 5 or 6 noodles right there? I'm going to try just the noodles. Just a couple packs of, like, I don't know, like a hard pack of noodles. The noodles have this slight rubberiness to them, but they break down really easy when you chew them. I don't know how to describe it other than that. My grandma, when I was growing up, she would make chicken flavored butter noodles that were probably 4 times the thickness of these, 3 or 4 times the thickness, like size overall, width, thickness, length. And there'd be like I don't know what the green stuff in, I don't know if it was oregano or I don't know, chives. I can't remember. I was a kid. It was really a long time ago, like 35 years ago. The noodles kind of remind me of that, and I used to love those noodles that she would make. That looks... Tell me that doesn't look good. Kraft chicken dinner. I got a question for you guys. Who makes the stuffing that we all use at Thanksgiving and Christmas time? Who makes it? What company? Ding, 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 ding. You are both correct as far as we're concerned. But what if I were to tell you that Stouffer's never made stuffing? What if I told you that's what the internet says if you Google it right now? That is the newest Mandela effect that I've come across. The fact that Stouffer's never made the stuffing. What was that, LC? However, the free feeling I ever had was trail riding my Morgan horse named Timothy. Now that was freedom, galloping, cantering, trotting, and just plain walking. That was the best. 8 years now. Oh man, the horse passed 8 years ago. I've never had a horse, but I can only imagine that it's like, I imagine that you would be just as attached or even more so than you get to a dog that lives in your home. There's something special about horses. I've always thought that. But you mean to tell me that Stouffer's never made stuffing? It's not stuffing if it ain't Stouffer's, right? You had a cow. I think cows could be... I've never had a cow either. I mean, my family farmed and stuff, but I never had a cow that was mine or anything. Greenery of the slivers. You get stuck in your teeth after finishing wiping your mouth. I don't know. Well, that was a piece of celery, so it's kind of chunky. Box crap. Hey. My mom done a lot of cooking. My grandma done a lot of cooking. But I do believe they made a lot of the... I think they probably made some handmade stuffing, but I think they did use Stouffer's as well. I don't care what anybody says, Stouffer's was it. The Sinbad Genie movie, I think it was Shazam or Kazam. I think the Kazam was Shaq and Shazam was Sinbad. I remember watching the Sinbad movie when I was a kid, and then I remember the Shaq movie coming out like within a year or two later. And when that came out, when the Shaq movie came out, I literally remember thinking to myself, that's weird. They look the same, like they had like the same purple outfits and stuff on. I thought, man, they look. Are they trying to like copy that movie? I always thought that was weird. And now we got this Mandela effect thing going on, and they say that that movie never existed. They say there was never a cornucopia in the Fruit of the Loom logo, which we all know is bullcrap. Are they gaslighting us? Is that like, are they trying to trigger us or like what? Yeah, my beard's pretty long. It's not bad. I wish it would get longer. I would like to add about 6 more inches to it. And then one of these days I'm going to cut it off. One of these days. I ain't seen my face in a long time. Bad piece of chicken. We all got Alzheimer's? I don't think so. I don't think so. Brownie? No. Not one of my foods up here. The noodles is the most enjoyable part of this for me. It's so reminiscent of those noodles my grandma used to cook. It really is bringing back a lot of memories, and like that food memory that triggers when you have something that's really similar to something you had as a kid. It starts bringing back like feelings and memories. It's an interesting process that happens when that gets triggered. We need to convince the unicorn to keep his goatee and stash to the next time he decides to grow it. Wait, unicorn. Are we talking about CT? He's got a unicorn on his thing. I could have ate that whole thing. Usually, there's no way. This is easy to eat. It's not like making me feel super full. A lot of times, freeze-dried food will bloat you. I don't feel like that's happening here. I mean, I do not like these mushrooms, though. Like, look at the size of them things. I'm not a fan. So now when you have a good pierogi, it kind of sends you back to childhood. Kaylin. There's a few things that I come across on occasion that send me back to my childhood. It used to be Doritos. Doritos don't taste like Doritos anymore, though. They changed the formula there some years back. I boycotted them for a while. I was like, I ain't eating this crap. They don't taste like, it doesn't even taste like Doritos anymore. Like, they changed the entire cheese formula. And that cheese formula was super unique because it would, your palate never got sick of it. There was actually there was tons of scientific tests that went on with the Doritos cheese back the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Doritos cheese. That's why back then, like, you could sit down and eat an entire bag of Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos, and never get like palate fatigue. Like the last chip that you ate tasted as good as the first chip you ate. Especially if you saved like the cheesier chips for the end. Man, I used to love me some Doritos. They was so good, and they screwed them up so bad. There is a slight milky aspect to the gravy on this. I mean, it's creamy, but it's also kind of milky. I don't know if I'd recognize myself very much, but it would be a shock every time I looked at myself after I shaved. I know that, like, I have what they call a baby face. So, without facial hair, I look very young, or I used to. It's been years since I've seen myself, but I used to look really young. And that's why I used to grow facial hair whenever I was younger. And then I started working outside on the river. And when you're out there, especially in the winter and the fall, like, I would work night shifts a lot. Well, half the time I worked, I was night shift, and the other half the time I worked, I was day shift. It alternated. I do 7/12s of nights, and then 7/12s of days. 7/12s of nights, and then 7/12s of days. But I grew a beard to keep the water and stuff off my face, but my beard would freeze, and just the condensation from, like, the moisture that comes out of your nose whenever you exhale and the heat, like, I would grow icicles on my mustache. Although my face was probably warmer still with the beard, I don't know. I don't know if it really was, though. I always thought that. I think I would have been better off wearing, like, a face wrap or something, though. All right, let's finish some more food here. I know my palate is needing cleansed, and I guess a little cracker probably wouldn't hurt. A little piece of cracker. The only reason I'm not eating that right now is because I want to save a couple bites for here in a minute. I could easily eat it right now. It's really good. I'm surprised. I usually don't eat like this. Yeah, I would say kind of hungry, fairly hungry. Not really, though. I could have easily not eaten tonight. It wouldn't have bothered me. But, man, I'm surprised at how good the chicken a la king is. Now I will be on a quest to gather as many vintage chicken a la kings as I possibly can, because that just moved way up on my list of which ones are my favorite menus out of these older LRP menus. I still like the chili. That might be my number one as of right now, though. Chicken and rice used to always be my go-to, but that right there, rehydrated really well. Very good. Oh, let's go with the orange first. Look at that. Still separated on the bottom. Look at that. And you guys can see that, right? All that right there at the bottom. It's just weird. Look, instantly changed the color of it. This is one weird drink mix. I don't understand why it hasn't all incorporated back together. Especially after I use that hot water. All right, here we go. The first official drink. The only thing I've done is lick it off the spoon, kind of. That's kind of gross. It's sweet. It's sickly sweet, though. It's like it's not the typical type of sweet that an orange drink mix would be. And the orange flavor is wrong. It's not normal. What does that taste like? I can't place what this tastes like. Kind of like a cheap orange boiled sweet, like British candy that melted because you left it up in the dash of your car and you were desperate and you wanted to eat it anyway, so you licked it off the cellophane wrapper. That's kind of what that tastes like drinking it. It's really odd. Really odd. It does have a slight, like, old flavor to it and musky flavor to it. It smells okay, and but the sweetness is wrong too. It's not like a natural sweetness. It doesn't taste like it's just sugar. Again, I've never seen a drink mix do this before. It's a first. This thing, this is like a tragedy to even touch it with my finger. Look. See my fingerprint in there now? Very nice. So I just chopped me off a piece of cookie that I can put my fingers all over and not ruin the rest of the cookie. There's the inside cross section of that. Let's get a better look. You can certainly see the oats. Look at that. You can just flat out see the oat right there. The oatmeal. So, oatmeal cookie chocolate covered. Look how thick the chocolate on top is. It's pretty thick. Alright, let's give it a try. Probably one of the better oatmeal cookies chocolate covered that I've ever had. The chocolate's really well balanced. It's not like super waxy like it usually is where it sticks to the roof of your mouth. And a lot of times the chocolate flavor is lacking. This is a really nice balance between the oatmeal cookie and the chocolate. Chocolate's not super rich or anything, but the flavor's there, and it's exactly what you would expect out of a decent milk chocolate. No complaints. That cookie is exactly like it would have been back in 1998 when it just first rolled off the assembly room floor, and if you picked one up and ripped it open, it would have tasted just like this. I don't think it has suffered even one minute change over the past 27 years. I think it's exactly the way it was 27 years ago. I'm going to chase it with a little coffee, but okay, the coffee's a little bit odd. The Red Taster's Choice has always got a slight off coffee flavor to it, but it's pretty high on the tannins. It's got that kind of dry, bitter tongue feel. The creamer and sugar, it really is the perfect amount for this, though, for my personal liking. Eat the spoon. It's not edible. It's not edible. What's up, Gabe? gabeRILLA. He got a channel y'all should go check out if you haven't. He is he's one of my real friends, real life. We've spent a good amount of time together over the years. He's been here to my home in West Virginia, like to my area, to my house, many times. Actually, I don't know how many times now, probably 5 or 6 now. And he lives up in Wisconsin, so. All right. So, dipping it in the coffee. As long as it soaks down through there. Yeah, it's not edible with that attitude. You're right. I don't know what's wrong with me. Wow. The chocolate covered oatmeal cookies usually don't do that. Maybe my coffee's not usually hot enough or something, but my coffee's hot still. That just turned into a gooey, well-incorporated chocolate into the oatmeal. Really nice. Heck yeah. I like that. Bran Flake Bar. Just like Raisin Bran. Same type of stuff they started with, I would assume. You got your darker pieces and then your lighter pieces. The last one I had of these was quite buttery. Hopefully this one will be. It ain't got much of a smell to it. A little bit of like an old dusty smell to it, with a slight bran like after note. It smells more dusty than anything though. All right, let's give it a try. It's creamy. I forgot about the milk in it. Every time I have one of these, I usually add a little bit of water to it and like mix up the gruel. And it's nice. It's good. It's just kind of, you end up wasting some of it that way. And I'd much rather just eat it. Like those little pieces right there. It's buttery. It's smooth. It's got a quite a interesting crunch to it. Because you know how bran is? Well, it's just little pieces of that throughout, so you get a nice little crunch through there. I wish I could buy these. I need to figure out how to make them. I think it's got non-dairy creamer in it. Super's ingredients list. No. This predates them requiring that have ingredients list on it. Which wasn't far off from this. I think they started doing that early 2000s on the food. I gotta put this last bite of chocolate cookie in that coffee while it's still hot. That was so good. Tell you what, Gabe, I don't know if you're still in here. This meal right here, me and you got to share one of these when you come in. This is a hit. Really enjoyed this meal. I only got one more of these. This one and one other in that case. And Chicken a la King is not a menu that you hardly ever see in freeze-dried food. You'll eat the spoon. Mama didn't raise no quitter, huh? Good luck on that. I don't think you'll have many teeth left afterwards. Whoa, 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 don't puke in the floor. Sorry, folks. That was a pretty obvious reason why I ran out of here, though, huh? Yeah. Chat amongst yourselves, huh? Just had a cat getting sick on the floor over there. And then discovered she got sick elsewhere as well. What is that from? Let me see what smokes I can find. Did you just open the door? Yeah. Okay. Well, I thought I had. Dang it. In here. Well, crap. What do I have here? I think I forgot about even having these Canadian. Forgot about even having these Canadian Trucker playing cards. How's come I don't make stuff like that? I would never even think to do something like that. I'm going to have a. Here are these. 1989 Camel Wide. Do they even sell Camel Wides anymore? I don't even know if they sell these anymore. I haven't had one of these in a long time. It's been a while. Still got a few left in there. It's the only pack of vintage Camel Wides that I've got. These right here. I bought them in a lot with some other ones years and years ago. Probably 6 or 7 years ago. It's got a decent vintage tobacco scent to it. Let me dry hit it. It needs packed. I must have not packed them. Look at that. No, it's not packed at all. They do still have Camel Wides? Wait. They do or they don't? They still have the Camel Wides. Wish they still had Camel Reds. Well, I mean, they do. Don't they still have Camel Reds? My buddy used to smoke Camel Crushes when we were on the boat together. I've never, ever been a Camel fan myself. I feel like it's always been because of what they spray on the tobacco leaf whenever it's still being grown. And after it's harvested, they spray more urea on it, from what I understand. And I've always tasted that. Now that packed up pretty decent under my fingernail. What was that, Gabe? I don't know how to read emojis. I'm too old. Too old and mentally, I guess, not astute for such things. Okay. Yep. Yep. Get some matches. Fix the tilt. That looks about right. doing the dry hit after I lit that match, all I could taste was sulfur. It's got a really solid drag to it, but I'm not getting much flavor to come through this filter. Time to light it up. Let's taste the sulfur. If I can actually strike the match. Sulfur's got a really like sharp, bitter flavor that comes through. If you put that match right up there, right after you strike it, and it's still flaming up, and you pull that in, ugh, it's got a harsh flavor to it. Camel Wides are just so odd to smoke because they're so large. It feels weird to smoke them. Because, I mean, you expect when you smoke a cigar for it to be bigger. But when you're just smoking a cigarette, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't feel right. Camel Wides have never felt right to me. And I used to smoke them on, I would say, a pretty regular basis. I would buy a pack that would last me, I don't know, probably a month. And I would smoke one just here and there, mixed in with Marlboro. I always smoke Marlboros. Camel Wides. Huh. I'm going to have to look and see if I can pick up a brand new pack and compare the vintage pack to a brand new pack. My chat's not coming up. I don't know what it is about when I flip my screen around. My chat just stops. There's a sealed pack of Camel Reds on eBay, still sealed from 1996. Huh. eBay's so quick about taking down any smokes. Like it's extremely hard to find someone who's smart enough to list the stuff on eBay and not rip it open and throw the cigarettes away. I saw one guy there about 2 or 3 months ago, probably 4 months ago, something like that. It ain't been that long ago. He had some accessory packets. And he listed them, and they were all sealed in the pictures and stuff. But if you didn't read that description all the way down to the bottom, he's like, I opened all the accessory packets and took all the cigarettes out and threw them away. I'm like, oh my God. And he really did too. It's not like he didn't just write that for the eBay sake of still being able to get rid of them. He actually did. Emptied them all out and just put them in the trash. Such a tragedy. I wonder how many smokes like that have ended up just getting straight thrown away because people thought that old food was just automatically trash. Or in instances like that, they're like, oh, well, the pack's cool. Let's just toss the smokes and keep the pack. I bet you that's happened a lot. A lot. Thinking about taking a trip in the morning. I can't make up my mind whether I want to do it or not. Don't know. I mean, once in a lifetime thing. But it's going to be so cold. It's going to get down to, I guess, close to around 0. And it's outside. So I don't know. Really don't. But yeah, I got to keep this pack of Skittles. I hate to not eat them. But at the same time, I hate to open them. Because I don't have another pack of vintage Skittles. This is the only pack. Which the other Chicken a la King probably should have Skittles in it, I would think. But then again, maybe it's got M&Ms in it. I don't know. I think that's probably possible. What did it say? I think it just said candy, didn't it? Nope, it says candy 5. So maybe it does have Skittles in it. Maybe the other one will have Skittles in it. That says candy 5. Gabe, if you're still in here, if you back this live stream up to, I want to say like 30 minutes in, probably, you'll be able to see it. So whenever I flip the camera around over, I show a video of the downstairs part of the cafe, the studio, what will be the studio slash office slash, I think I'm going to put a kitchen in that studio because there's already an industrial kitchen back there with that great big hood and stuff. I clean all that up and put like an industrial size oven back there. I'm thinking if I set that studio up the right way, I could rent it out to people to make like build a green screen room, a podcast room, have a bathroom with a shower in there. Like right now it's just a bathroom with a sink and a toilet. So extend it out, add a shower, and yeah, a small bedroom maybe. I don't know. I think it's probably 1,200 square foot. Is that what that would be? 30 by 40. I think is the size of the building. I think it's 1,200 square foot per floor. Which you take a little bit of that off for the stairwell. I don't know how much square footage is over there. You take off.
Somebody wants an ingredients comparison.
Oh yeah, cool, awesome. I was going to Google it. Well, there's not ingredients on this. Thank you for reminding me because I'm interested how much it has changed over the years. Nope. Nope. I'll just Google it. No. Well, it's up here. There it is. Okay, there's the original ingredients. All right. Where did I put that pack? There we go. Okay, direct comparison of brand new Skittles ingredients list and old ingredients list. We'll go one by one. So the first ingredient, sugar on both of them. Second ingredient, corn syrup on both of them. Third ingredient, hydrogenated soybean oil. On the vintage, the new one is hydrogenated palm kernel oil. So there's a change. So they went from soybean oil to now using palm kernel oil. After that, it says less than 2% of citric acid. That matches up. Then it says dexatrin. On the new one, it says tapioca dexatrin. So that's a difference. I don't know how much of a difference that is. It was probably still tapioca dexatrin. Back in the day, they just didn't list the tapioca part. Next is natural and artificial flavors on the old one. On this one, it's modified cornstarch, and then it's natural and artificial flavors. So the new one has modified cornstarch in it. The old one doesn't list that in that order. Let's see. Next, we have gelatin food starch. On the new one, it's not listed. So the new one goes directly into food dyes after the artificial flavors and colors. It goes into, includes red 40 lake, yellow 5 lake, blue 2 lake, yellow 6 lake, blue 1 lake, yellow 6, and red 40. And yellow 5 and blue 1. On the old one, it goes into gelatin, food starch, modified coloring, includes yellow 6 lake, red 40 lake, yellow 5 lake, blue 2 lake, blue 1 lake, yellow 5, red 40, and yellow 6, and blue 1. And then it lists ascorbic acid on the old ones. On the new ones, it says sodium citrate and carnauba wax. Huge difference, in my opinion, from the old to the new. You had ascorbic acid. That is a preservative in itself, but it's also not a bad thing. You know, it's vitamin C in ascorbic acid, right? I think so. So big differences are the new one lists sodium citrate and carnauba wax on the last ingredients. This one is the ascorbic acid. And then there was the change over to palm kernel oil on the new ones. And on the old ones, it was soybean oil. There was another difference as well. The tapioca dextrin. The tapioca part was not listed on the old one. Huh. So these are 28 years old. There's definitely some differences there, but they were still they were at this point using all of the horrible food dyes that are really bad for us. Good night, Storm. Hope to see you in Kay's live stream tomorrow. Yeah. Here. Coffee. Makes you wonder. I mean, 1998, food was already, it had already went to crap. Let's just be honest. From what I can tell from the research that I've done, somewhere around 1986 to 88, 87, somewhere along in there, there was a large or substantial shift in American food. A lot of the things that were that started to be used in that time period and still are used today, a lot of people on the I would say more proven scientific side of the argument say that there's been a lot of autism caused by these things that they're adding into the food. There's been a lot of cancer caused from these additives in the food, chemicals and additives, pharmaceuticals, dyes, you name it. You go pre-1987, 1986, 85, you know, you might have to go before 86, or definitely before 88. So 87 might have still been okay. 86, definitely 85 was okay, from what I can tell. Food was a lot more natural and a lot more, a lot less bad for you. And I'm talking junk food type stuff, like processed food type stuff that we can still get our hands on today. With a lot of the best way to do it is vintage military food. But they've had farmers spraying stuff on fresh food for decades now that's certainly proven to be harmful to us. And one of the most profound, I guess, differences or apparent statistics is, well, number one, I would have to say would be the autism rate. Number two would be, they're about the same. The cancer rate and the autism rate, they're so high, and they're directly linked to the food that we're consuming, and then it's passed down with the parents I did not know this. This is an interesting food fact. Where we all drink bottled water, mostly, I would say 90-ish% of it is plastic bottled water, or your soda comes in a plastic bottle, or your juice comes in a plastic bottle, whatever. Plastic is a problem. So it's they've come to now understand that a human that drinks the average amount of bottled water, bottled plastic bottled drinks and foods, consumes foods that are packaged in plastic, every week we are consuming a credit card's worth of microplastics. Now, once these microplastics get in our system, up until a couple years ago, scientists thought that our bodies were just dealing with the plastics and filtering them out and passing them through our system somehow. That's not the case, which I think should have been quite obvious to begin with. But the microplastics, so people that have been dying of heart attacks and clogged arteries and stuff, like in the neck, one to the head, brain aneurysms, and they'll have clogs. They've been taking those clogs out and testing them, and those clogs are full of microplastics. So it's literally clogging up your arteries with plastic. That's what's happening. Not only that, it's doing the same thing to the earth. Plastics is clogging up the oceans just like it does. Like if you were to put a bunch of ground up plastic in your radiator in your car, like it's gonna slow down the movement of the fluid. It's not going to cool efficiently, and that's exactly what's happening to the earth. It's not cooling efficiently because our oceans are getting filled up by freaking plastics. I am not your tree hugging environmentalist. I have come to have an appreciation for every living thing, whether that be a tree, a fly, even things that I don't like spiders and snakes. I think they have just as much, if not more, of a right to be living, and us not smash them for no reason, or me not smash them because they were an inconvenience to me or they were bothering me. Now, I wouldn't want to live somewhere where a snake could bite me on a regular basis. But I don't kill anything anymore. Like I will catch flies and take them outside. I catch spiders and take them outside. I don't think it's my place to do anything like that. But plastics has been something that I've become a lot more aware of and realized how huge of a problem it is, not only for us individually, but for the entire world itself, Mother Earth. I'm not big on the whole climate change thing, because what they are blaming climate change on is like carbon emissions, and I don't think that really has hardly anything to do with it. I think it's a lot more likely that climate change is being caused by the plastics. You're killing off tons and tons and tons, legitimately tons and tons of the ocean wildlife. I mean, I would say plastic is the worst invention ever. I mean, it has certainly served lots of purposes, but at the same time, the negative of the plastics, I don't know if we'll ever be able to make up for it. And there's no sign of slowing down or stopping the use of plastics the way we do. I remember whenever they were kind of trying to address the plastic thing, and now that in some states like New York City, whenever I was out in Arizona, like if I went to the store, they would make me have my own bags, or I had to pay 10 cents for a heavier reusable bag. But that 10 cents for that heavy reusable bag most likely is just going to end up going in the trash anyways. That's not a solution. I think that's actually adding to the problem, because one of those heavy plastic reusable bags is probably like 4 or 5 of the super thin plastic bags. Ouch. Gotta wash that. I just got out of the shower, but I won't use my back scratcher to eat with. We're all too deep into plastics to get rid of it. Even if there was a worldwide ban on plastic, we still couldn't get rid of it. Okay, so I think there are some solutions. First solution, first action, first thing that needs to be banned, stopped immediately, is any plastics going into the oceans. Period. End of story. If we are going to dispose of plastics, there needs to be holes dug and it needs to be buried. It's not a solution at all. It's not good, but it's 100 million times better than it going into the ocean. I mean, the sun and the salt water starts breaking it down and it ends up turning into microplastics, and those microplastics are ending up in all of the wildlife. It's clogging up the water. And the ocean's not working efficiently like the radiator that it is, that this planet, just like an engine. You just look at it like an engine. The water's constantly cooling the engine. If it's clogged up or slightly thickened, the coolant, then the temperature's going to go up. And it's going to go up. You can't go up very much, you know. Be like your car typically runs at 220 and you clog it up with something. You clog your radiator up with something, or let's say your antifreeze is going bad or something. I don't know how long it takes that to happen. I technically don't think it should. But anyways, let's say that does happen. You've got some bad antifreeze and it's going bad and it's thickening up. Well, you might be able to get your car up to around 230, 240 if it typically runs at 220. And then you're going to start seeing a problem. Like, it's going to start happening and you're going to end up blowing a head gasket or something. It's going to cause issues. Plastic's a problem. I can't believe that they're trying to claim that Stouffer's didn't make dressing. Like, stuffing. We also call it dressing down here where I live. Turkey and dressing. I don't know. That's kind of weird that we call it dressing. Huh. I can't remember a time when I didn't call it dressing. That is kind of weird now that I think about it. Ew. What in the world? Maybe that coffee didn't dissolve the way I thought it did, because that last drink was chunky. Weird. And the bran flake bar. It's so buttery and so good. There's microplastics in all water now. Because it has infected all water. It's in the rain. Where's your water come from? It comes from a source that's gathering water from rain somewhere. I'm sure, or I'm not sure. You would think that the ground would be able to filter it out. So if you had a deep filter, ground filter, you might be able to filter it out it might filter out that way. We're born with it in us now. Just like right up the road here, I've talked about this before. But the chemical plant up the road that dumped C8, look it up if you don't know what it is. They made a movie about it. Dumped C8 into the river. Well, they dumped it into a local stream that ran into the Ohio River. The Ohio River runs down into the Mississippi. The Mississippi runs down into the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico runs into the ocean, and then boom. It's everywhere. Now, every single human has C8 in them. Prior to them doing that, which that was about 35 years ago, humans didn't have C8 in them. And it took, I think, like 10 years to get C8 spread around the entire world. But now it's in everybody. And every baby that's born is born with microplastics in them. That's crazy. Gabe, did you go back and look, check out the video? I mean, I tried my best to show it off of here. I think it was all right. I mean, like, holding it up, it looked okay. The sound probably sucked. That was a good meal. And I am going to take that last couple bites. I'll probably eat half of that cookie. The bran flake bar, I could eat all that right now. It's so good. But I'll probably save it for breakfast or something. Man, I got a zit right on the inside of my nose that is driving me crazy. It's super painful. Oh. Ow. It's like hurting my eye almost. I know I've been on here for a long time, and my phone did just give me a battery warning about 10 minutes ago, probably. Maybe longer ago than that. It's been a while. How long ago was that? It's been at least 10 minutes. Maybe longer. Maybe 20 minutes. So I'm going to have to hop off of this live stream, I guess. What time is it? 12:30 almost. 6 minutes till 12:30. It's quite a bit of work to do on that studio to make it what it needs to be. And I think I'm going to have to do something to that trailer on the backside, because the floor on it is rough looking. I mean, I'm sure I could just leave it and leave it alone and it'd probably be okay. And then you can tell there used to be a door on there that separated that little storage trailer on the back from the rest of the building. Like, because it was, I'm guessing it was some sort of cold storage or something. I don't know. I don't know what that was there for. I'll bet it used to be a reefer unit, like a refrigerated unit. I'm going to have to try to check into more of the history and see if there were restaurants ran out of there other than that cafe. Because I don't know what kind of type of equipment she would have had in there. She probably had some sort of flat top griddle or something. But the fire suppression system is still in there, and I know that's expensive to replace, but it looks like all that stuff is in good shape if I wanted to use it. I think the use that I have in my mind for that building is better than trying to use it as some sort of eatery or something like that. Although I think it'd be easier. I know it would be easier to turn that into a functioning eatery than anything else. The restaurant is in rough shape. It needs a lot. Well, they both need a lot, but this one doesn't need it. I feel like this one, the cafe is it can be turned around quicker. Especially if I just use it as a studio with the apartment upstairs. Yeah, but had I known that he wasn't going to turn the keys over to me the other day, I wouldn't have had the electricity turned on him. It's in my name already, so, which, I mean, he ain't going to use that much electricity, but it don't really matter. So I know Delicious didn't show up. I got to try to get a hold of him and see if I can't maybe he'll be able to show up next week, because I do have this box and I hope it's not time sensitive, but it does kind of feel a little squishy on the bottom. Not wet. It doesn't feel wet. I don't know. Could be anything. Knowing Delicious, it could be anything. It's always good to get a package from him. I don't deserve anything that you guys send over this way. I don't feel like I do. All right, I'm pretty full, actually. But that was very easy to eat, and it was fantastic. It moved way up on my list, if not number one now, out of all the vintage menus. Lasagna, I haven't had a vintage LRP lasagna in probably like 5 or 6 years. Maybe longer. I'll have to try one of them to see where it ranks. What else? Beef stew. I can't remember if the beef stew is that ultra pressed and cubed crap that is got the weird rubbery texture, or if it's actually like beef chunks. Can't remember. I mean, I know that era of Oregon freeze dried, that was their one part where they were lacking, was the meat area. Oh, there's my battery warning. All right, so I'm going to wrap this live stream up. This has been a great experience. I got a great collectible out of this meal with the 27-year-old Skittles. I mean, those don't look old, right? They don't even. That's probably what they look like now, still, pretty much. I mean, you could throw this to someone today, and they'd never think twice about ripping it open and just digging in. I do like the original fruit font in orange up here, though. I don't know why, but I like that. That doesn't look like something they'd put on there on a modern one. And the rainbow's looking pretty good on there, too. I've always liked rainbows. Never would wear one or anything, but I always liked seeing them outside, too. Double, triple rainbows. It's cool. I've seen a few triple rainbows in my day. Seen one when we were out in Colorado many years ago. 2007, I believe it was. Maybe 08. 07 or 08. I can't remember. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. LC, thank you for the super chats. Again, James. We all called him James Ortiz, but I think it was the way he had his last name spelled. I don't think it was Ortiz, though. Maybe it was. Anyway, James passed away since my last live stream. And James was a long-time community member. So, he will be missed. He will be missed. So, all right. I'm going to sign off of this one on that somber note. And I will see you guys on the next live stream. Later.